You spent hours on editing, perfect transitions, color grade, sound effects on every cut, and your video still got 40 views. Here's the truth that nobody says. The editing wasn't the problem. The packaging was. Most small creators are working hard on the wrong thing. And today I'm going to exactly show you what that is. Now, let me ask you something honest. When you follow big creators such as MrBeast or PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye, whoever you follow in your niche, what do you notice first? The editing? Right. The cuts, the pacing, the graphics. So your brain makes a connection. They have great editing. They have millions of views. Therefore, editing equals growth. And I get it. That logic feels solid. So you buy a better mic, you learn Adobe After Effects, you spend 12 hours cutting a 10-minute video. And then, nothing changes. Same views, same low clicks. Here's what's actually happening. You're not losing views because of bad editing. You lose views because nobody clicks in the first place. And if nobody clicks, it doesn't matter how great your video is. So in this video, I'm going to break down on what YouTube exactly rewards, why creators fall into this trap, and what you should be spending your time on instead. If you want to actually learn how to grow and monetize your channel in months and not in years and avoid the mistakes that you're currently making, I have my own school called Freedom for YouTube. People inside are learning the systems that monetize their channels faster than they ever could think about. So link is in the description, it's worth checking out, but now let's get into this video. So what in most cases your video looks like? So it's firstly over edited, and it has weak title, and also it has a weak thumbnail, and therefore it only gets 47 views. Now on the other side, a simple talking head video has a strong title and a strong thumbnail, and it doesn't really matter if it's very edited or it's simply edited, it still manages to get 84,000 views. And the difference isn't editing, it's the packaging. Now, here's a real pattern you see all the time on YouTube. A creator spends a week on an edit, motion graphics, custom intros, B-roll on every single sentence. Another creator records a simple talking head video in one take. Basic cuts, no fancy effects. And the simple video gets 50 times more views. Why? Because YouTube is a click game first. The algorithm doesn't watch your videos before deciding to push it. It shows your thumbnail and title to small audience. And if people click, it shows to more people. And if they don't click, it buries it. Your editing never even enters the question until after the click happens. This is where most creators waste months. They're optimizing step 4 when step 1 is broken. So why do small people fall into this trap? So first, survivorship bias. You only see the creators who made it. And those creators do have good editing. So you connect the dots to good editing, so that good editing means success. But you're not seeing the thousands of over-edited channels that never break through. You're not seeing the simple channels that blew up because their packaging was dialed in. Second would be editing feels productive. When you're cutting a video, you feel like you're working. You're making decisions. You're creating something. Figuring out the thumbnail psychology or testing titles feels vague, uncertain, and hard to measure. So creators default to what feels like progress, even when it's not moving the needle. Nobody wants to hear this, but it's true. Feeling busy and being strategic are not the same things. So I've made this diagram which explains how YouTube actually works. So YouTube gives you video impressions. So here it is. It shows your thumbnail and title to real people. This one. And if enough click them, your click-through rate. YouTube says people want this and push this even further. And if not enough clicks, it stops. So the entire growth engine runs on one thing first. The people want to click this, and that determines the 3 things, which I call the big 3. So the big 3 is the thumbnail, title, and topic. Thumbnail. Does it stop the scroll? Does it create a visual question in someone's mind? Title. Does it create curiosity? Does it promise something specific and compelling? And topic. Is there actual demand for it? Are people already searching for this or interested in this? These three things are your packaging. And strong packaging will outperform great editing every single day of the week. A simple video with a strong title and thumbnail will beat an over-edited video with weak packaging every single time. So the editing checklist, what you should do. Now, I'm not saying editing doesn't matter at all. You can see this is where most channels leak. It's in the thumbnail and the title. It does, but here's where it matters. Editing should keep people watching once they've clicked. That's it. That's the job. So, removing boring parts, keeping pacing smooth, don't let the energy die in the middle. You don't need any cinematic effects, you don't need After Effects, you don't need a custom animated intro. You need not to lose people. So there's a threshold for editing, and once you hit it, more editing gives you almost zero extra return. Most creators hit good enough way earlier than they think. A jump cut is fine, natural lighting is fine. Your time is worth more than what extra polish buys you. And it changes everything once you really internalize it. Because suddenly you have hours back in your week to spend on what actually moved the needle. So, what actually makes someone click? There are three psychological triggers that drives click on YouTube. Curiosity. What is it that I need to know? Clarity. I know exactly what I'll get. And an emotional pull. Is it for me? And does this matter to me? Let's dive more deeply into these three things. So, curiosity. The thumbnail or title creates an open loop in someone's brain. They don't have the answer. They need to click to close it. The mistake that 90% of creators make, your brain immediately asks, am I making it? Now, clarity. People also click when they know exactly what they're getting. For instance, how to edit videos faster in Premiere Pro. Clear, specific, searchable. No mystery needed, just a direct promise. An emotional pull. The best content makes someone feel like this was made for me. It speaks to a frustration that they have, a dream that they want, a fear that they carry. When your packaging hits one or more of these three things, people click. And here's the thing, you can learn this, it's a skill, it's testable, it compounds over time. A strong packaging isn't luck, it's a pattern recognition. And the faster you can develop that skill, the faster your channel grows. So a weak title and a thumbnail would look like this. My video journey update. And it's vague and it doesn't have any pull. And the thumbnail doesn't speak for itself. It doesn't matter if the letters are not in the English, but if you were able to read them, these words wouldn't be mandatory to read, so it doesn't make very much sense. And the strong thumbnail and title would need to look like this. How my channel got monetized in 3 months and what I did. And it's a specific thing, it brings curiosity, and it is a relatable pain. And as you can see, it's a very simple, curiosity-driven thumbnail, which just shows that just start and a man that wants to tell a story to you. Now, this is the stuff that I focus in Freedom for YouTube. Not just post more content advice, actual systems. How to pick topics with demand, how to build thumbnails that convert, how to position your channel in the high RPM niches that pay well even without big views. It's a school community with group coaching, and the people inside there are moving fast because they're not guessing anymore. If you're tired of putting out videos and wondering why nothing is working, this is probably why. And the fix is simpler than you think. So link is in the description, go check it out. So here's where we land. Editing is not the reason your channel isn't growing. The packaging is. Your thumbnail, your title, your topic, that's the real lever. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Stop spending 10 hours on a video that only 40 people will see. Start spending time on knowing what actually makes people click in the first place. Fix the packaging first and then let the editing support it. That's the actual path. Now, if you found this video valuable and informative, make sure to like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to this channel, and let it grow to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to fast track your process to monetization on YouTube, click the first link in the description. I teach people how to monetize as fast as possible. Also, if you want to learn more about how the YouTube thing works and what thumbnails make people actually click on one of those two videos on the top. The YouTube automatically recommends you on what videos would suit you the best. So I'll see you there.